welcome to my YouTube channel where I share with you my journey towards data science.
So hi everyone, my name is Idalia, or like everybody calls me, Nursey, and today I'm going to share with you the review of my data science bootcamp that I recently finished and I've been doing over the past 12 weeks with the Developers Academy. So if you're thinking about a bootcamp in data science, I want to share with you a little bit more about it, give you an overview of the data science bootcamp, topics that we cover, instructions and kind of class size and how it is, so the jobs and career supports that they offer, some misconceptions that I had, recommendations that I have for further if you want to do a bootcamp in data science or should you do a master's degree in data science. In terms of the bootcamp was a 12-week course, full-time. It was fully funded by the government, so if you're not working, it's completely fully funded. And during the 12 weeks, you're gonna learn you're gonna have several topics that you're gonna learn about. You're gonna set up several platforms and certain libraries, and then you're gonna do a lot of project-based learning. So we had 2 months full of content and then 1 month of the final project, but we did projects along the way. So I would say that the 2 weeks, the first few months were really hard. It was like classes 9 to 5 all the time, and then a few days to work on your project, which will not be enough. So you had a few days that I would work until 2 o'clock in the morning to have the project done at the end of the week, because you only had a few days to do those. In terms of the topics covered, so we did basic data visualization using, Matplotlib libraries, Seaborn libraries. We also did some core functions in Python and SQL. To be honest, SQL are only 2 classes, so I don't have a lot of background in SQL, and because I don't practice every day, I forget. Then we did some, Matplot, Pandas. They teach us how to set up our GitHub. We build our portfolio. We did also build our portfolio in Kaggle. We also did some basic descriptive statistics, kind of machine learning, supervised and unsupervised, and then we did some AWS and big data. Also, we had some career sessions that they would teach us how to set up your CV for a technical role, set up your LinkedIn, how to share your projects, what kind of things companies are looking for. So we always had recruitments coming in as well to talk with us. In terms of the instructions and class size, the instructor was 1 instructor. I thought it was really good because, this is quite complex to teach in 12 weeks. And he tried his best to introduce to us the topics and explain as much as he could. But I think with these things, you really have to go back after class, grab the books, read the books, and try to implement as you go. And the class size are about 15, 16 people. But because everybody had their cameras off, it was very difficult to create bonds and relationships and network and build that trust, because people were, just cameras off. You don't really create that sense of working, teamwork. In terms of the project-based assignments, so it was everything project-based. So you would have classes every week. Let's say we had logistic regression and linear regression. So at the end of the week, they would present the data set. Maybe they took it from Kaggle. And then you would analyze, you'll do some linear regression, logistic regression models. And then you would present to the class, do a PowerPoint, present to the class your results and your code. Then you would upload it to GitHub. And then I always tended to also upload it to Kaggle if it was available, just to build my portfolio as I gone. So every week was like that. We had about 10 projects, and then we had a final project. So the final project, I did 2 things. I did a Power BI visualization tool for the charity that I work for, which called Parsuk. And then I also did applied a previous model from my partner, use it for something completely different, which was the price prediction of Ethereum, and did some play around with correlations. And so it was quite fun. I really enjoyed it, and I've learned lots of things along the way, but I also failed a few things. I done some projects with the Titanic dataset that everybody does. We also did some Streamlit, so we actually tried to create an app to apply the model, and some colleagues of mine had really successful projects, obviously with not the rate of accuracy that you wished, fantastic projects with Simulate. We had a colleague of ours that did one, for example, for the Champions League to calculate who's gonna win the Champions League, and then build a Streamlate application, and I thought it was really fun. So in terms of jobs and career support, I really thought that this is one of the things that the academia doesn't do. It doesn't really help the students find jobs and direct their strategies towards, curriculum. How do you set up your curriculum for technical jobs? How do you set up, how do you find jobs? What kind of skills are they looking for? What kind of tests you might have to do to prove that you have those technical abilities? And also, how do you build your CV towards those specifications that they want? So I really thought that this was really a key advantage of the bootcamps. For example, my partner did a master's in data science, and he really, I actually teach him some of the things like building your portfolio, doing the GitHub, because he didn't really know, and in the university nobody really cared about the GitHub. Let me tell you maybe some misconceptions also that I've learned about the data science. I really thought that I was gonna learn how to program. Wrong. A lot of data science is exploring, going online, see how others did it, try to apply it towards your own project, do the changes that you want to do. I think it's really important for you to create, learn how to use Pandas very well, and the data frames, and how to kind of pre-process the data and clean the data, and that you need a little bit of coding to do that, and create new variables and preparation of the data. So for me, it was really a misconception on, I really thought that I would learn how to code like a pro, but I didn't. So that's why I want to do another bootcamp. In this case will be the coding bootcamp at 42, to really understand a little bit more about programming and the logic behind it. I really thought that integrating the models would be difficult with some platforms or web development, but actually it's not that difficult. So I thought that was really interesting from my side, seeing how these things kind of deployed. I always thought that the pay would be a little bit better. So the pay in data science is not that really attractive, and majority of my colleagues, all of my colleagues actually, had master's degrees and from really good schools. Some people were from Oxford, some people were like from UCL, I was from the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, so there were people with really good skills and still having difficulties to find jobs, so that really scared me. But the pay that we've been searching for is really poor, to be honest. It's like less than 30k, I think, and there's people there that had PhDs as well. It really shocked me. So I think the pay would probably could be a little bit more better, because 30k after your master's, PhDs, and experience, you only get 30k. That's not really good value for money, I would say. So just be aware about those things. But I think long term, then you have more opportunities to earn much more. For example, like if you follow nursing. So it's something that you can consider. In terms of recommendations, I really feel that bootcamp was really helpful, and I really learned a lot through the bootcamp, and I would do it again, no doubt. I'm really grateful to have this opportunity for free. If you have this opportunity, if you want to learn more about data science, I would definitely recommend, because it's a cheaper way for you to do it. In terms of recommendations, I really recommend you to do it, because if it's free, if you have time, just do it. It's a little bit difficult, so I would say do not put any extra work, any other things alongside that data science course, because it's full on, and for you to take as much as you can, you really have to give sometimes 12 hours a day to learn. In terms of improvement, I think compare with, for example, if you go to university, you lack a little bit of constructive feedback on your coding and on your models that you develop. So I think a little bit more constructive feedback instead of just, it looks good, great, would be better. I would say, for me personally, I would like to have sessions that would be, that we could meet people, we could work as a team. I really think that that's really valuable, and to build that network that you really want, and to get to know people and get to work as a team. I think that's more interesting and builds up relationships. That's what job and recruiters are looking for. And if you're wondering whether you should do a bootcamp or a master's in data science, I would say if you have to pay for a bootcamp that is £7,000 and a master's in data science that is £10,000, I'll probably just choose the master's because you have much more theoretical, a theoretical approach to data science. But then if you want more hands-on approach and you want it funded, you want it for free, I would do a data science bootcamp because it will really prepare you for the world, of jobs and recruitment. And I think, it's a good value for money, to be honest. And if you already have your master's, there's no point of doing another master's in data science. That's it, I don't have anything else to share. I mean, if you want to see my videos, I'm gonna put them, click down below. I have all the playlists with all my projects except the last one, but I'll put it in as soon as I can. And if you found this useful, comment down below. If you didn't like the Science Bootcamp that you found useful, that was good, please comment down below with the links. I put the links of the bootcamps that I've done. So if you are interested in this type of work, you can do that. And you can also see my projects that I've done so far with little experience. And if you're seeing this 5-10 years after I publish this, maybe perhaps you can see more advanced projects that I've done throughout the way. So I hope you enjoyed it, and please subscribe this channel and like and comment, and I'll see you in the next video.